I'm a little bit upset with you. Last week you told me this was going to be your first podcast, and then 2 days ago I see you slip a Sick Ghouls episode.
We got
in
poached.
There. I know. We wanted that cherry, Lakshmi.
I don't blame
I
you.
thought this was going to be my first podcast, and Otis and Luke asked, and
We don't blame you, Lakshmi. We blame the Sick Ghouls.
Yeah.
They poached you. You were just you were minding your own business, doing what any comedian would do, taking the podcasts that were offered to you. But Otis Timlin and Luke Kincaid, former guests, friends of the show, I would have said before this, and we consider it a shot across the bow. So Luke and Otis, we will be addressing that at some point.
Shoot the shit and talk the news.
Is this episode 13? I think it's
episode 13 of the Ghouls,
yeah.
even though we erroneously labeled the Shmee episode 12, folks, or episode 10. We wrote that on the thing.
It was changing the title.
Oh, we changed it in the title, folks. It was changing the title. Give it up for that. Welcome to the Sick Ghouls, episode 13. It's an unlucky number, folks, or a lucky one.
Yeah, we have some controversy to address. We've been called out by
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this.
the Weekday Comics.
The Weekday Comics. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be listening to this.
Yeah,
Dan
I'm sure.
Dupree.
I'm sure.
Hope Dan Dupree will fit into his busy schedule in between complaining and whining.
Yeah, well, hey, listen. We're not going to concur with the Weekday Comics what our schedule is. We're not going to ask Lakshmi, hey...
Wait, no, concur means agree.
We're not going to adhere to the schedule of the Weekday Comics.
Oh, yeah. We're not going to...
Last week we had Lakshmi on, and the Weekday Comics are upset because they said apparently we poached them. Shockingly, the liberal Dan Dupree thinks, two black guys have an Indian on their podcast? Poach.
Yeah. They should see what we do with elephant tusks. And then Dave.
Oh, what? So we're your seconds?
We wanted your cherry, Lakshmi.
Dave,
okay.
Dave and Dan Dupree. God, Dave Primiano, the Frenchman and
The Jew and the Moo.
Yeah, the Jew and the Moo. Oh my!
No, we love these guys.
Oh yeah, we love these guys.
We love Dan and Dave.
Folks. We
Check
love
out the Weekday.
Yeah,
and then we have other controversy to address. This is just coming up after tonight.
After tonight, Tommy Connors,
the most negative person in the comedy scene. He makes you look like freaking Lakshmi.
Yeah,
like he is.
I don't understand why Tom Connors is like this. We should go.
Tom Connors was calling us out apparently for a couple episodes.
What, you don't listen? I listen.
I didn't listen because he has a schedule of I'm going to post 5 times a year sporadically,
and they're all going to be in the same week.
Yeah, Friday night at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll go
Tom,
on.
I go out sometimes, Tom.
Oh God, Tom Connors, we love him. Tommy Afters, he's going to be on this show one day.
He will. I put him in the January rotation.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he and Mark, of course, Mark critiques the Sick Ghouls.
Really, Wellborn?
Yeah,
not to me.
Well, just because apparently they couldn't find a Patreon, but
Wellborn.
They
were on together.
Yeah, they were talking about how they couldn't find a Patreon.
Well, they wouldn't sign up anyway.
No, they wouldn't have.
We're up to how many?
Mark, we have 3.
We have 3 Patreons.
Mark Wellborn says $5 is a lot of money for a podcast. The engineer.
Yeah, the
engineer.
Well, then let me go out and spend $20 on Yinglings for 2.
And $15 on a Costco puzzle that I will solve drunk on Instagram.
Kirkland signature.
I don't mind them critique. They were saying they couldn't find it. Okay, and they talked for like 20 minutes how they couldn't find the Patreon.
I didn't hear this. I'm sorry.
I was listening recently, and you know how many texts I got about, hey, we can't find your Patreon? You know how many texts I got? None.
0. Yeah.
None. You only want the controversy for clicks. You don't say it on the air. You don't say it to my face.
They're out to get you. They're out to get you. You know, Jake Kincaid didn't have a hard time finding it. Let's just recapping though. On the positive note, we got a ton of great response to the Lakshmi episode. He'll be back. He said he's going to really start Talkshmi, the show.
I would love to help him produce that. I told him, I said, listen, I can help you. I can drive to your place and, we can
Mount
set
Laurel?
up cameras. I was going to say the place where you live.
He said it many times.
Did he really?
Last week.
Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I will move. I'll go out there and help you record Talkshmi. I'm thinking I could start a little drop tent media type thing with this stuff. I don't know.
Look, I will only have this done by a professional. Oh, that'd be cool though. That'd be cool. It'd be called "Drop Your Wallet in the Wrong Neighborhood." Media. Yeah. Luke will be
Also known as BET.
yeah. Luke Entertainment Radio is what it'll be called, and he's gonna have him. He's gonna have his live cast of old Moesha episode watch-alongs.
Moesha, I didn't even heard of that.
You don't know Moesha?
No.
Oh my God, it was a show. It was like the Sabrina the Teenage Witch of black people.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Oh yeah, Moesha was.
I know
great.
That's So Raven.
But that's for the whites too. Moesha is just a busted face black whore, and she was she's an icon now.
Who played her? Was it?
I think her name was actually Moesha.
Moesha.
It was one of those things where they did the different last name with the same first name.
Yeah.
But there was a while where like in late 90s, early 2000s, it seemed like every sitcom had to have the person's name in it.
Yeah.
Seinfeld, Everybody Loves Raymond, George Lopez, Moesha. We got to have the Steve Harvey Show. We got to just have people's names in it. Steve Harvey Show is great, though. Cedric the Entertainer.
I never watched the Steve Harvey Show.
Oh, you'd like it. They're teachers at a school. Cedric the Entertainer, who I don't like as much of as his brother, Bobby the serial rapist. Those bulls be goofing around in the school, and there's
what
a
does
bunch
Steve
of
Harvey teach?
I don't know, the Hard Knocks. Who gives a shit?
He probably would teach like sex ed and get mad at the students for answering questions. Now, what is this on the board? And Mr. Harvey, a penis? What the hell wrong with you, boy?
I ain't trying to find out about that. Now we go to your mother. Tell me about the erect penis on the board.
Did you ever see the one where they had a ghetto black family on the show?
No, never saw that one.
No.
It's the host.
Usually they have like black, like normal black families, but then
a normal black family.
One time, okay, Otis, calm down. Let me set up I'm setting it up for you. I'm setting up the story. It's it was a insanely black, like a ghetto black family, and Steve Harvey said, "These are the most ghetto heifers I ever seen on the show." I got an interview afterwards.
Wow.
And he was talking about. Name something that starts. Name a word with the name a phrase with the word pork in it. Like pork chop or something like that. And this woman, she goes lawn, pork lawn,
pork lawn,
loin. She meant to say.
Oh my God.
And Steve Harvey was like, I thought you. It was funny. It was actually a waste of a story. I don't even know.
No, I like that. I like that. What kind of So was it just her drawl that they couldn't decipher, or her drawl?
Yeah.
I think accents are disgusting. You should be within my regular range of voices. Like I hate the southern. Actually, I like the southern accents.
I like the southern accent.
I actually like accents a lot. I like all accents. I love them. I really do. It spices
every
things up.
accent's great. I think. I don't think there's one bad accent.
Look, I appreciate you saying that.
The Indian accent's very good. The very good accent. That's probably my favorite.
Then there's the fag scent.
Oh my God! Hi, that one.
Oh my God! I can't believe he did this. Oh my God!
Do you think they fake the voice? They have to fake the voice, right? They don't. They don't actually talk like that.
No, they fake the voice.
Yeah,
but it's just they convince themselves that that's the real voice. Like after over time, they say, "Oh my God, I actually talk like that."
Yeah. Do you think people are born gay? I've been having that debate in my head for a while. I don't think
I don't
you
think
are.
we should talk about this.
Why not?
No, I don't think. I don't think we should talk about this. This is. I'll go off for 2 hours.
Oh wait, we're only at 7 minutes. We could fill time.
Oh my goodness. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it's actually, we shouldn't talk about this. We probably have the same idea.
I'm gonna refrain from comment.
I'm gonna pause real quick. All right, we're back, folks.
We're back with the Ghouls. We had a quick DoorDash delivery here. They brought in some great food. We're gonna wait to eat it though. We'll let it get cold.
Mediterranean food.
It's my favorite, Luke. I have to embrace the Arab part of me this week, because next week we're going to be, I guess Sunday starts the week. It'll be the Kwanzaa Spectacular, the Otis Timlin Kwanzaa Spectacular this Wednesday, bar the 13th. Bar 13, Wilmington, Delaware. It's going to be great. This is my favorite comedy night of the year, folks. It's half open mic, half indulgence from your host. I'm going to be up there. I'm doing a bunch of Kwanzaa presentations. And then we're interspersed with the comedy. It's going to be fantastic. You're all going to go.
It's going to be a great time.
Oh, yeah. We're going to light the Kwanzaa candles. I'm going to burn the place down, but I expect a big crowd. It's going to be a fun time. And, hey, hopefully nobody laughs for anyone.
No.
But it'll be nice to celebrate Black heritage. Kwanzaa, only it's a non-religious holiday. So that should be something that brings everyone together, yet people don't understand it. So I'm going to teach the world about Kwanzaa. 7 days, folks, 7 principles. It goes from
When was
December
it? Was it always? Was it a long-standing African tradition, Kwanzaa? Or
Yeah, it's been around since the 60s. No, it's a U.S. holiday. It's for people who have African roots that feel distant from them to celebrate it and get back to the motherland. It's about heritage, celebrating heritage. So if you say to somebody you're not black enough to celebrate Kwanzaa, that's like you're too tall to be a giant.
So my grandparents are older than Kwanzaa, pretty much.
Yeah, by decades.
By 20 years.
Yeah, well, and they're 70 years older than non-binaries.
Yeah. Well, hey,
that's my favorite invention.
Isn't just like, why can't you just be like celebrate Santa Claus? If that's because like, when you think Christmas isn't really like religious anymore.
Yes, it is. Silent, no way in a manger. I'd like to go and take a big look at that manger and overturn it. I would overturn.
Oh, come on.
I'd overturn Christ and feed him to the sheep.
No.
And then those 3 wise thems came and they laid down their frankincense and myrrh. And it's like, how come you didn't get me a Starbucks gift card? How come you didn't get me a pride flag? Did you know Jesus had a pride flag on his manger before I fed him to a horse?
Oh, come on. That's the Lord. You can't say that about
the Lord. Well, look what the Lord's allowing. Look at Gaza right now. I see.
That's a law. Law is allowing that.
Yeah, and Jewish God. Hey, Jesus, tell your fucking father that there are kids dying in hospitals. This isn't the Obama administration anymore. We can't be having that.
Jesus is not involved with that. He's not even.
How could anybody look around and be religious around a time like this when there's this shit going on?
That's when you have to be religious because all the
Well, then what's God's plan? There are kids that were just born to be blown up to teach a lesson to someone else.
It's not his plan. The living and he has no. We have free will, folks. We have free will.
Then God might be slow.
No,
I think God.
He's all-knowing.
God, yeah, he's all-knowing. Then he doesn't.
I guess he might be a little.
Then
bit
he doesn't
autistic.
care about. He doesn't care about Arabs. Then.
Yeah, he does. He does care about Arabs.
Then explain the Crusades.
They'll have a great.
These guys, I don't give a shit about God.
How could I explain the Crusades? That was like over 1,000 years ago.
All right, well, what? God wasn't alive back then? There's a new God?
What are you talking about?
How could you explain it? It was 1,000 years ago.
I don't know anything about the Crusades.
Oh, well, the popes told them to go into the other people's land and kill them.
This is the
same lineage of pope that we have now.
No, the popes are corrupt. I never trusted the popes.
Oh, I would burn down the Vatican right now.
I agree. The Vatican's evil, I think.
You look at what God could allow.
That's the difference between like those people like popes and all that shit. All that stuff's stupid.
Yeah.
All that stuff's Old Testament.
Well, you look at this is what I don't understand, because if there is a God, then I'd like a word with them, because you look at what Israel does, not just on 9/11, but now. And it's like, you're allowing this to happen. This is part of the divine plan, the God's plan. This is not Drake. I remember being in Sunday school as
God's
a kid.
plan was Jesus, I thought.
Yeah, well, look how bad he fucked up. He hasn't done anything, the lazy black.
What do you mean?
Jesus, he's allowing this shit to go down too.
It's the thing is he can't control that. I think we had this debate before, not on the podcast.
All right, well then I guess Bill Clinton couldn't control what Epstein was doing at the island.
Bill Clinton's evil.
Yeah, well, so is God to allow. God made Bill Clinton.
Well,
or maybe Satan did. I'll tell you what.
God didn't make Bill Clinton evil. Bill Clinton's experience made him evil.
Like being gay. Woo! We're having a good time, folks. But no, I think God is a pathetic. I would rather there be.
Well, maybe if you accept the God into your life, you'd be a lot more positive.
All right. Well, then I wouldn't be able to fucking deal with it. I'd have to look at. You see every day on the news, there are kids getting blown up. They turn out. There are people on dialysis machines, and the power's out. They're dying. Their kidneys are blowing up, and God's like, well,
that's not God. Dialysis machine. Some people. My mom was friends with the guy who died recently.
Good.
He would drink. He would drink on the way to his dialysis appointment. So God, that's not God's
Will he drink
fault.
Jesus' blood?
No,
God's a big queer, if you ask me.
No, he's
God's
not.
a big homo.
God's asexual. He never had sex.
No, I think God is gay, and that's why he takes it out, because he's too embarrassed to admit that he's gay. Well, guess what? It's a new
God's
world.
Not gay. God's great.
God. There's nothing wrong with being gay, but God should
there
get
is.
over.
There is a lot wrong.
But there's nothing wrong with the Israelites going and fucking blowing up the Gaza Strip.
Well, that's bad.
Hostages. Oh my God! I think if there's a God, then when life is over, if I get a minute to talk to him, I am gonna let this bastard have it. I am gonna give. You look around and it's like heroin everywhere. Good one, God. Thanks a lot, God.
That's
Why'd you
not
allow
God's
it?
fault.
But then why doesn't he step in?
Because that's not life. If he controlled everything, that's not living an experience.
Right, that's Judaism.
Yeah. Listen, we can't all have Rolls Royces and call each
No,
other
but
minorities.
you'd think we'd all be able to avoid getting hooked on drugs by Big Pharma or being blown up by Jews. But
that was what it was like, I assume, in the Garden of Eden when Adam and Eve were there.
There you go again. Another woman ruining things, just like I always talk about.
I'm not arguing with you on that. That's
maybe
true.
God's a woman, and that's why he screwed it up so bad.
I'd rather God be gay.
I'd rather God be. I'll tell you what. Even if God's trans, I'm gonna fucking scream at it.
If God is, listen.
If God's real and they put me in front of that bitch, I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say, I think your son's a fuck up. I think he's just like George W. Bush, a big nothing that people suck off while you handle things behind the screens, the daddy, the father. And I think you should just be ashamed of yourself, God, for the shit you allow in this world, for the pain, the suffering, the drugs, the famine. I think you should be ashamed of yourself. And you're lucky that Trump is here to take the fucking...
Trump likes God. Trump believes in God.
Trump is more worshipable than God to me, because he's never killed anybody as far as we know.
Yes, he has.
He's definitely
places.
Trump is definitely killed. Well, no. Only Trump had. We don't blame presidents for that. I mean, because Obama. Remember, we can't blame presidents because then Obama would have been responsible for
God,
drugs.
I'm a fan. I appreciate you.
God, I think you're half queer.
Jesus, thank you.
God, I think you're a loser.
Don't say. Why are you saying this on the?
I only think that the only thing good about God is that he's gay, and if he came out, I would respect him for the bravery of it. But he's not.
God
and because
doesn't
he's
even
too
have sex.
embarrassed to come out, even though we're in a new world that we don't judge people for that anymore.
No,
he won't come out of the closet, so he takes his anger out on Arabs. Well, guess what, God?
Arabs believe in God too.
Yeah, but they believe in they don't know any better. Okay.
What do you mean?
Listen, we've been through a lot. Okay, folks. We don't know any better.
I always forget you're Syrian. I always forget that.
God makes me sick, and I would rather God. I wouldn't listen to God Shmee if it were a podcast. Okay, that's why we're listening.
I wouldn't definitely listen to God.
If it was God and God, why
I
do you
looked
do
up
it?
Lakshmi's name. I looked it up. His name that's like a Indian god. Lakshmi Narayan's an Indian god.
Really?
I should have brought that up to him when he was on the podcast.
And Summon Skull's a great Yu-Gi-Oh card. What do you mean?
What?
They mean the same thing to me. An Indian god and a Yu-Gi-Oh card, or any god.
Is that actually a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
Yeah, Summon Skull.
Oh yeah.
The Dark Magician.
Dark Magician. That's
Spike Lee.
That's Netanyahu.
Yeah.
And Gaz is the pot of greed.
Netanyahu. Do you remember when Kanye had that box of Yoo-Hoo in the net?
Netanyahu! Yeah, I remember that.
That people owe Kanye an apology. People owe Kyrie an apology. Luckily, I never criticized either of them. I think Kyrie should be president. Now that black Israelite shit he believes is nonsense.
Well, I like Kyrie. He's a great basketball player. I mean,
but socially, he's aware.
He really didn't do anything that bad. He just posted a link to a book.
Yeah.
What, did they suspend him or?
They were more mad at him over the vaccine. That was just a way to get him down. It's pathetic. A black guy thinks for himself.
Giddy fucks a fucking 16-year-old.
It's all right. White privilege. Listen, Kyrie, God forbid a black person speaks out of turn who has the money to fight back against anything.
Yeah.
Like if he's not going to be exploited, like Kyrie's set for life, his legacy's secure, and black people are always going to love and respect him. So he doesn't need the NBA to validate him anymore because he's set. He's always going to have his base. So he's not going to stay in line. So when he doesn't step out, unlike that China lover LeBron who licks the boots of the Mao memory, LeBron who said, quote, sometimes freedom of speech is a bad thing.
He said that?
Yeah, he said that when Daryl Morey criticized China and then China got mad.
Yes.
LeBron is a bitch. Kyrie at least has the balls to say what he believes, and people are so fucking angry at him over it. He steps out of line, and that's it. If Malcolm X were around today, people would hate him. And then you'll have fucking stupid white college women talking about Malcolm X. Or Martin Luther King. He would get Me Too today because he cheated on his wife. There'd be some dumb bitch who said, folks, I have a dream.
Did you see the thing? Did you see the thing where some girl was trying to burn down his house?
Martin Luther King's?
Yeah.
Well, I don't go for that.
No, it was
they put bombs on his house back in the day.
Yeah, and this black woman was trying to burn it down.
This is recently?
Yeah.
Well, she's probably got got some good reasons. Why? Why'd she do it?
Probably because fucking some LaQuisha on Twitter said he cheated on his wife with a white guy or some bullshit that didn't happen.
Well, I mean, if Martin Luther King cheated with a white guy, then that changes everything.
Well, there's no way he did.
No. Could you
just
imagine
a complete
how
lie.
quickly? Do you think that they would stop the holiday? They definitely would. They would take that off if they found out. That
I would think a lot differently of Martin Luther King, meaning I wouldn't like him if he was with a
Well,
white guy.
do you think the black community would still accept Martin Luther?
No, if I wouldn't, they wouldn't either.
What if? Oh my God! If Martin Luther King was outed as fucking white man,
No, I wouldn't. No, but
he would be.
That didn't happen.
He would be
though.
the least popular guy in the history of the world.
That's what the rumor. That's what 16 people on Twitter said, and they got 1,000 retweets. Is that he had
Really?
Yeah, but
Idiots.
They don't,
Probably
they're not
FBI
a story.
plans
They don't know
because the
anything.
CIA and FBI conspired to murder him just like they did to Kennedy.
Anytime a black guy is somewhat proper, they always try and say he's gay. Besides Will Smith probably is gay.
Oh, Will Smith.
Like they said Tim Duncan's gay. Tim Duncan's not.
Tim Duncan is a badass, okay?
Tim Duncan's the greatest power forward in basketball. He's not
Top
gay.
7 player of all time.
Yes.
I would take him over Shaq or Kobe any day. Any
Oh,
day.
I don't know about Shaq. I don't know about
Shaq
yeah.
didn't have the work ethic. To me, the list goes Michael, LeBron, Russell, Kareem, Magic, Bird, Duncan.
I'd change Bird with Scalabrine, but that's just me. That's just me.
Larry Bird. Oh, and rejected with the beak. I love Larry Bird. I bet he voted for Trump. Actually, no, I bet he's a lib.
All those white basketball. All those white basketball players are liberal.
I haven't called it that since the 3rd grade.
I know.
No, JJ Redick disappoints me all the time with his
Why?
with his whiteness, his liberalness.
But he said that thing to Kendrick Perkins saying if he was a white guy or something like that.
Oh yeah, well Kendrick Perkins is a racist.
Yeah,
that's
but
Kendrick
That's
Perkins'
what
phone.
saves J.J. Redick in my book. That one.
Oh
quote.
well, what saves him to me is that he's one of the hottest men to ever walk this earth.
Well,
I've
hey.
been saying this guy's handsome forever, and other than actually, I would say he's better than Seth in terms of a guard fitting with Joel Embiid, a strictly 3-point
Better than
shooting
Seth Curry?
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth might be like. Actually, I would think Redick was a better player in his prime, and obviously the Duke villain stuff. He was great for college basketball.
Those 2019 Sixers. Those
Oh,
2019
that's sickening.
Sixers.
That's sickening. Kawhi Leonard when he hit that shot.
That team would have won the finals.
Yeah, with Clay and Durant getting hurt, if it all goes down the same way, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
And then the whole thing's different. Harden never comes. The franchise is thought of a lot differently, and then they panic.
They
and
don't fire
re-sign.
Brett Brown, which I don't think they should have done, honestly.
Oh, I think they should have.
But
He lost the locker room.
But then Doc Rivers comes in and it's like, oh, we can't wait to get to blow
Yeah.
a 3-0 series in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, they had to do something. I mean, listen, that's Doc Rivers' MO. The next time he gets a job, which I'm sure he will, he'll end up fucking that up too. He's never going to win again unless he.
I like Nick Nurse though.
Oh, I like Nick Nurse a lot. I think Nick Nurse is a better coach than both of them. So
I agree. That's how it worked out.
But apologies, I accidentally
You
kicked.
messing with the equipment.
I kicked our equipment.
You're towing the technology.
My little
You
tootsie,
can't
because
do
I
that.
record this barefoot. My toe hit the cord and it made a little bounce. But yeah, I mean that's another thing I hate about God. Why would He allow that shot to go in? That Kawhi Leonard
I mean,
shot.
God's all knowing, so He knows Philly's a shit city. So
That's
he wouldn't
true.
let Philly
But
win.
Drake deserves to be happy.
Who?
Drake deserved to be happy.
Drake again. Drake is. You don't think he's done some evil shit?
Drake is Illuminati. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
He shouldn't be happy that the Raptors won.
Well, the devil is just as powerful as God, so he has as much influence on the world.
That's true.
So you can argue, which I do, is that all the evil was created by the devil. That's why
I
you
think
see
all the
kids
evil is
dying.
God and the devil's the sane one.
What do you mean? Oh, you think MJF is the devil? You think God and the devil are the same thing?
Well, no, I think MJF is a Jew, but I think
What do you think? I know he's a Jew.
Yeah.
The way he cries on Twitter and acts like a badass.
He
yeah.
called. Did you see on that one paper his list? He wrote Darby the school shooter,
Yeah, it's hilarious.
and then he'll say, "They said I want money." But you've called him out for that many times.
I know.
love
MJF is very talented, but if I doubt he'll hear this, but if he does, MJF is like, people called me a Jew in high school. They used to throw quarters and pennies and nickels at me. He used to give me money. They say, "Oh, here, take my money, you Jew," and he tears in his eyes. His biggest storyline last year: Tony Khan, pay me my money. I want money. Like,
I don't know where they think Jewish people get this sense of superiority. I'm better than you, and you Negro it. MJF, a wrestler. His name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. If you couldn't tell, he was Jewish, but
Is
he's a year older than me, and he's.
Did you know it was it's before? That's not the original name. The original name was Maxwell Jacob Feinstein.
Yeah.
And they had to change it.
Why? Because you couldn't work as a face. With
Because
that?
the guy that owns Battleground Championship Wrestling, the original owner of Ring of Honor, his name was Rob Feinstein. He got caught trying to fuck an underage boy. Yeah.
Well, there goes that promotion.
Well, it's owned by probably a guy who probably wants to fuck underage boys now.
Yeah. Well, there goes that promotion. Lakshmi's son, the great Tony Khan, folks, future guest.
Tony Khan's me.
Tony, I cannot give you any more money for this.
You paid $15 million for Adam Copeland. I can't do it.
Edge, and he got knocked out by Nick Wayne's whore mother.
So stupid.
Oh,
so
man.
stupid.
Sorry if you guys aren't wrestling fans, but you got to persist. We do a lot of great talk on here. But the world of wrestling, it's in a boom period right now. There's a lot to talk about, good and bad. CM Punk back in WWE. But
I watched that Raw. It was one of the worst experiences ever.
Oh, I thought it was all right.
No. It's not the promo, but the entire Raw.
Oh, I thought the promo sucked, but the Raw was good.
I thought the Raw sucked and the promo was just okay.
That was the one with Randy Orton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, on Raw.
It was so boring.
Well,
they do these stupid ads about with their sponsors, so they'll have like a little like 12 like a minute thing about Ruffles.
And Xavier Woods seems to be in all of them.
It's not funny at all.
No,
none of them are funny.
No, neither.
And you watch
neither
them.
way.
I've been watching these I watched Raw from like 2011 to like 2018. And
Oh
I
yeah,
stopped.
I've probably watched Raw more than any other show in my life.
Yeah, and like I never thought, wow, that's really funny. Like, I never thought that.
Oh,
Like,
I did.
One segment was the Raw 1000, where they're having the reunion of all the legends,
Yeah.
and then Mae Young walks in with a guy in a hand costume. He goes, "Hello, guys. I'm Mae Young's son."
I loved that.
That was hilarious.
I loved that. I loved when Bruno Sammartino died. The WAP.
Pittsburgh legend.
Yeah, I got to move back to Pittsburgh, man. It's a lot better than Philly. No hobo. I lived next to a halfway house when I was in Pittsburgh. They had one right in the downtown, decent buildings all over, and then a halfway house. But I never got broken into like this bum here, whom we haven't seen since he got arrested.
Didn't
Folks.
your one roommate hang out with one of the homeless guys?
Oh yeah, a roommate of mine there. I had one weird roommate, and he became this odd friendship with the homeless man. And to be honest with you, that could take us back to why I don't believe in God. Because why would people have nowhere to go? You know, like God is like Vince McMahon. I'd never ask you to do anything I wouldn't do myself. Jesus born in a manger. So now we have centuries of homeless people with nothing.
Right.
And God just sits there and laughs. God's a bitch.
God's not a bitch. God's great. That's the devil at work. That's not God.
Oh no, there's no God or the devil.
There's both.
There's neither.
There's both.
But there's how could you believe? One day you're gonna wake up and realize that that's not true, and you're gonna say, "Wait a minute, I've been had."
No, I was an atheist for a while.
God Tony Khan'd you, or these God lovers. It's all to make money.
I was an atheist for a while, but then I just feel like there has to be something in the world, like something to create all this. There's no way some fucking Big Bang Theory created all this. It makes no sense. You think because a tadpole got out of his pond and got struck by lightning or some shit, now we have like fucking like.
Yeah, over millions of years.
Egyptians and fucking
over
Kim
millions. Yeah,
Kardashian
it wasn't 30 years,
mountains.
dude.
Like that makes no sense to me. Like to me,
It was a non-binary species. And like gender fluid, it became a human. A tadpole ran out of the ocean and said, "Oh shit, motherfucker, I'll be human and shit."
That makes no sense to me. So to me, it's like the Big Bang Theory is like I feel like it's less plausible than God. I just feel like it is, and I feel like God existing, I think, makes more sense. I think I hope, and a lot of it's just faith. I hope God's real, and I hope when I die I go to heaven and see.
I hope God's real too, so I could talk to him.
Yeah.
I really want that.
Yeah, sure.
Here's something I thought about. This is a segment I want to do. You're gonna be a guy. I've been thinking a lot about, because you know how around here there's a ton of Mexican-owned pizza places. It'll have like the most Italian-sounding name, and there'll be 30 Mexicans working in there. So I was thinking, what if Taco Bell was run by Chinese people? So for this, you're gonna be a guy in the drive-thru, and I'm gonna be Chang Lee working at Taco Bell.
Okay.
All right. Oh, hello.
Hi, can I place an order?
Oh, order. Yes, go on.
Can I get 2 beefy taco supremes?
The supreme. A beefy taco supreme. Would you like the mild sauce or the hot?
Do you have Diablo?
Diablo. Oh, I like a Diablo.
Do you guys
What
have-
about the cheesy Gordilla crunch?
I don't want to. Can I get nachos del Grande?
De grande.
De Grande.
Oh, de grande. Yeah.
Do you guys have Baja Blast?
Come again?
Baja Blast.
Baja Blast. Is that a soy?
No. It's the Mountain Dew drink. The
Oh, Mountain Dew. I would check for you. We have the Cold Red. We have the Voltage. Baja Blast. We have the Baja Blast.
I just want. That's all I want.
Do you
That's
want
it.
ice?
Do I want ice in my Baja Blast?
Do you want ice?
Yes, I want ice.
Ice? All right, that'll be a 13, a 62. Second window. Hey! Make it the Baja Blast! Thank you. And here's a COVID for you.
You know what I thought of? You know what I actually thought I had something similar to that. Chinese sitcoms.
All right.
I'm trying to think of what I thought about. Like I'm at, you know how like sometimes in a sitcom a dad and son will talk and it goes like this guy's like that. Son's like I don't want to work. Like, I need to find more money though. And the dad's like, oh, you can work with me or something like that. So the kid comes down and goes, Dad, I need to find a job. I need to get money, man. I want to find a job, get money. And the dad, how about you come work with me in the apple factory? Goes, no, Dad, they overwork you too much, way too long hour. What? Only 200 hours a week is good money. 13 cents an hour.
You have no work ethic. Maybe you should make reminiscent.
Your generation is a so lazy. I don't want to work 400 hour a week. Oh, for 14 cents an hour.
Oh, I'm Chinese. I'm Chinese.
This
I'm Georgie. I'm Chinese. Oh, and the Baja Blast. Oh, the Baja Blast. I am super. I am crazy.
I am super crazy.
My God, we love the Chinese, folks. Give it up for Omicron. I'm a big fan of it. We want it.
I love the Chinese accent's the one that probably I think behind Indian it's the funnest one to do.
I agree. It's a lot of fun. I've been thinking about this. I wanted to. I wanted us to write a 5-minute bit on the show that we could come up with it here organically, and then I'll do it at a mic, and then we could post it at the end of the pod to see how it came, to see how it did.
Okay.
But all right, so let's come up with something. What should we do a bit about?
What should we do a bit about?
We're going to come up with a comedy bit right now, you and I, and then one of us could do it on stage this week.
Well, we have dating.
Dating? Anyone on the apps? Anyone on the apps?
Dating apps. I don't know.
They should make.
Is your segment for the show is come up with material for your set? Is that the?
Well, no, for the sake, because they'll have the fun of coming along with us. A lot of people like the comedic process, so we come up with a bit, we do it, and we see how it does, and that gives the people a thing to listen to. So what are we going to do it about?
Well, since we just brought up, let's do something with Moesha.
No one will know Moesha.
Okay.
Unless I go to the Comedy John, which, you know.
I know, but I think if you explain it, like, what was Moesha about? It was Black Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Well, she wasn't a witch. She was just black.
Oh, okay.
But it was the same premise where it's like it's about the teenage girl and her family's a bunch of fucking stupid people. And it's just her. I'm just a girl trying to exist in this world. I'm literally just a girl in this world.
I'm trying to think of what to talk about now.
Christmas. Let's talk about Christmas. Or Hanukkah. How about dating a Jewish girl? You go to her family's for Hanukkah, and then you find out it's just like Get Out, where the Jews eat your soul. You never saw Get Out?
No, I never saw
That's
it.
a piece of shit. Jordan Peele.
I'm not surprised it's the piece of shit. Jordan Peele's
a hack. He was the man on that show.
Key and Peele, I love that show.
I know. That's your show. That's like, I think
that literally is my show. That's white black guys.
Yeah,
but like
in the right era.
They both like
are pussies.
Yeah,
they're both huge pussies.
Yeah, 100%.
But I prefer Key a million times.
So do I.
But Peele should just be ashamed of himself, the fat face fuck.
Peele was like, there's no way he had black friends. No. Ever.
No way black people would like him. The only black people that would like him are like black African.
Or Keegan-Michael Key. A black guy that goes by his 3 names.
Hello, I'm Keegan Michael Key.
KMK.
Yeah, yo.
But like,
He should K it.
And now
he
he
should K himself.
and now he makes all his fucking movies about how bad white people are. It's why don't you like? You're like more white than most white people.
Jordan Peele's a piece of shit. I don't give a goddamn about him.
He's dating that girl? He was with that girl in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Chelsea Parietti.
That's his girlfriend. That's his wife or girlfriend.
She's got a face like a tennis racket.
Yeah. Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, she just looks disgusting. She is not hot.
Yeah. So it's like,
if you're that rich, why don't you fuck somebody hot?
right.
Dear
Right.
God.
Yeah. That doesn't make
You
any
look
sense.
around at this world, the way people act is disgusting.
Like,
The
how-
things
how
Jordan
so?
Poole has all this money in the world,
Peele.
and he gets. Who did I say?
Jordan Poole.
Well, he does too.
Jordan Love, Jordan Poole, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, 3 light-skinned bitches and the GOAT. That's who those 3 Jordans are in MJ. Don't even put him in. Because Jordan, at least, when he gambles and they kill his father, he takes it like a man. Could you imagine Jordan Peele making a bitch-ass movie about that? The dumb piece of shit. But I don't give a goddamn about Get Out. Us was a piece of shit. Then what was the third one? Nope.
There was Nope.
Nope.
Leslie Nope. There was one with the with the black people and the horses or something. That didn't make any sense. He's making a video game now. That's just
Yeah, I'll get right on playing that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
asshole.
play with Jordan. Yeah, no.
Dumb shit. So anyway, the bit. It'll be.
We could do something. Here's something we can do. We could like how we do the movies and make them woke.
Yeah.
We should do the Michael Jordan documentary, but like make it about Michelle Rapinoe and the soccer
Megan
team.
Rapinoe?
Megan Rapinoe and the soccer team.
They said that just because we draw a fraction of the amount of the NFL, that we should only get a fraction of the pay, and I took that personally. Folks, I kicked the ball. I kicked the ball. Trump was mean to me because I called him a white supremacist. Folks, I don't have real problems. I'm a woman in soccer.
Horrible.
That's
hard,
actually
yeah.
a direct quote from her autobiography.
I'm not surprised.
No, rich women, that's why you combine those two. You get rich women, you get witch. These like rich female athletes, other than like Candace Parker, all make me sick. Candace Parker and Sue Bird are awesome. But like Megan Rapinoe, Simone Biles, I would rather my stomach fill with bile than watch her. Because she looks like bile that could be pulled out of my stomach because she always makes that miserable face. She always has that dumbass fucking that face scrunch on, like that Scream painting.
Anytime women dye their hair, I get so angry.
Oh, women are just fucking terrible.
At my work gym, there's a woman who was walking on the treadmill, blue hair, no
Yep.
bra.
Oh, of course.
Of course
Well,
not.
that's called my father raped my sister and didn't give it to me. So I was pretty upset. Now I got to take it out on the eyes of everybody walking around. That's all that is. A cry for attention. Oh, guess what? You went to Zoomies in 2016 and bought a double-sided dildo with Harley Quinn and the Joker on it, and Jared Leto's hair bristles fucked your clit. Well, guess what?
Oh my god, that's probably the worst thing I ever said on that podcast.
Spencer's gifts.
Oh my
well,
god.
nice jorts, you dumb bitch. Sorry your fucking father was a drinker, but don't take it out on me and that your mom was a gruff bitch.
That was the grossest thing I ever heard.
No, it's not. It's empowering. It's women.
It's disgusting.
It's women. Women are just so great and brave. I love women. I think they're so cool. I remember when there were those shirts at that Spencer's at the same era. Hillary Clinton on a shirt. A woman's place is in the motherfucking White House. Well, not this bitch, okay? She's not a woman. She's a goddamn blood-sucking, genderless leech. She just feasts on the blood of children to persist throughout time, and she'll take the form of a new political leader when her vessel explodes.
All women really care about, I think.
Getting thigh tattoos,
No.
undermining the family unit, and being whores.
No,
I've
no.
always said that's
No,
all women care.
that's not what I'm
Underrated.
saying. That's not
being
what I'm saying.
whores, thigh tattoos, which go hand in hand, and then undermining the family unit so that they can
No.
go out and complain about being brave on their own, even though they can't do anything.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Oh.
I was saying most time I've realized that women's most important factor in a man is money.
Yes. What does he do for a living?
You know why I realized this? I completely, now I 100% believe in that recently because I saw a woman post a video and goes, I just don't know why, but I was watching Sopranos and Tony Soprano is so hot. And it's like, okay, yeah, you know why you think that? Because he's fucking rich.
Have you seen that pool?
Have you seen the pool and the ducks? And he's like, yeah, Oh yeah, you think the fat balding guy's hot? I wonder why. It can't be the Rolls Royce in his driveway.
If he worked
of
at-
his fucking mansion.
If he really worked for Waste Management, could you imagine?
Yeah.
He's pulling. He could pull a good salary too, but
Yeah.
it's rich and it's crime and exciting. But if Tony actually asked her out, like the girl like that would just like the people like that sometimes like to curve the Tony types because it gives them a sense of like superiority. They could be like, "Yep, I was." You know what I mean? Like I could see women trying.
I
to,
turn. Oh me, I turn him
Tony.
down.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's why someone will be like, oh, maybe I should have
That's
said
what
that when he
that's
asked
what Artie
me out.
Bucco's wife did. She turned down Tony.
Yeah, well, Artie Bucco is a big bitch.
I liked his wife though.
Yeah. Who's the one with the fat wife?
Johnny Sack.
Johnny Sack.
I say that.
I like Mandy Sachs.
That's my new saying now because anytime he talks about, like he was talking to Tony one time and he goes, you know, I don't mind Ginny's weight. I think she's beautiful. You know, she's Rubenesque. I say she's Rubenesque all the
What,
time.
like
now.
Ruben Stoddard?
I guess that's just being fat.
Wow. Yeah, she's a pig is what she is.
Yeah, she's a pig.
That's
She's
her
a-
character. That
she's
was her
a-
character
she's a-
on the show. So if you like the show, like women will post about that, and then if you use the language they use on the show, they'll be angry. Well, guess what? The whole character was a pig. She was there to be made fun of. And you like The Sopranos, you're co-signing it. I'm not
she
a
wore a
bad
fat
guy.
suit too, for even more so.
Well, there you go. There you go. She's so brave. That should be seen as like wearing blackface, stealing the valor of a fat woman.
It is actually.
Maybe fucking Leo should be in trouble for playing a retard when he was a kid. Let's bleep retard. But what time are we at?
39.50.
All right. Yeah, in Titanic, playing a poor boy. Maybe Leo stole poor valor from that. But he's a bum in that. That's all he is a dirty. He plays a bum in all these fucking movies, and then he's rich. He's either a rich guy.
Does
or
he
a bum.
really?
Well, in the early ones, Titanic, he was a bum. Gilbert Grape, he was a bum. What else? I guess Romeo and Juliet, he was part of a good family.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, yeah, but then he was a rich bum. God, I would hate that Jordan Belfort if I met him in real life, but that movie is one of my favorites. Plowing the whores on the plane, getting syphilis, stabbing yourself in the cock with a needle to fucking get rid of it. If I had that kind of money, I'd do that, and the best part of my life would be stealing from the poor.
I mean, it seems fun. The job, even the job itself.
Should I
seems
go put
fun.
my Brett Favre jersey on?
Why? No one would.
stealing. I like Brett Favre. I don't care if he stole. I don't think he did. Just because I don't want to believe it. He's a Trump guy.
I bet you most of those quarterbacks, they're fucking something evil's going on there.
Kirk Cousins?
Not Kirk.
He
Kirk's
probably keeps women in cages.
No, Kirk's good.
No, you said something evil. That's good.
No, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to. Right, I mean the defensive players. Ray Lewis murdered somebody.
Yep.
Richard Incognito. What did he do? He's crazy. I don't know what he did though.
I'll tell you what he did. He trashed a funeral home and tried to steal his father's body
That's what
because
he
they
did.
wouldn't cut the head off and give it to him. And that's not a story. That's true.
That's the news. He's insane.
Yeah, you CTE.
Watson's a rapist.
Deshaun Watson should be shot. Deshaun Watson should be fucking killed. 30 women got together and lied about him having them finger his anus during a massage. These are fucking massage people who probably make like $40,000 a year, which to me would be
In sports like that.
Yeah.
That's probably working 70-hour weeks too.
Yeah, the guy treats every masseuse like it's a fucking like he's a it's a oh sayonara. It's like one of those places. A Asian rubbing.
I make a
tub.
banana cry. You never heard that saying before? No. You never heard that?
That's so good. No, I never heard that.
I make banana. I saw a video of this one fucking Philly scumbag going to a massage parlor. After he's done, he's like, "You talk about? You make banana cry?" She goes, "What? Banana cry? What?" Like she didn't have no clue, idea what he was saying.
Hey, you want to jerk me off, you dumb wonton? I almost said wow.
My two buddies in college went to a rub and talk. They fucked them.
Oh, I have several friends that just went recently.
Really?
It's been. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. We'll bleep that.
We'll bleep that. 4240.
But yeah,
I wouldn't. I was offered to go and I turned it down.
yeah, I wouldn't go.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
You can't, and you
Asians.
can't lose your virginity to a prostitute. That's for me.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, dude. That's tough.
What?
I mean, I would just do it if I were you. I would go.
I honestly just lost all care. I don't really care about it anymore. If it happens, it happens. It doesn't, it doesn't. I'm very aloof with that stuff. I really don't. I don't feel like I'm
care
missing
about-
much.
What?
I don't feel like I'm missing much.
No, I'll tell you what. I put in little to no effort and somehow back my way into these flings. They last a few weeks. They mean nothing to me, and I feel terrible.
I mean, you were with somebody, and I don't know if you want to mention on the pod. I'm not gonna say anything horrible, but you were like over a place, and then you had to spend the night there. You had to come, wake up, spend some more time, then come home mid-afternoon. It's like that's so much hassle to put up with.
That's me in early college. It's terrible.
Yeah, it sounds horrible. I don't want to do that.
When I first went to Temple, there'd be
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That's what that's to me. That's the benefit of prostitution is not having to deal with. That's the biggest. I think that's what you pay for.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Dude. That's why I saw something in this one one of those Chris Farley documentaries. It was pretty sad. Who would have thought that the fat heroin addict would be sad? He's actually a medical abnormality with being that big and being on heroin.
It's pretty crazy.
But somebody was talking about it, and they said, yeah, he would just get with the prostitutes because that way he didn't have to question why they were there.
That's so pathetic.
I don't feel bad for him. Sherman opened for his brother. Fuck Joel. But
hey, that's your opinion, man.
Yeah, no, Joel's a bitch. I hate him, Embiid. Yeah. And he comes...
I wouldn't say Embiid.
But, yeah, I mean, at least Embiid doesn't... Can't go on. We'll cut that, too. That's
I really don't. I doubt this will go...
we'll make it... That's a third cut. What time are we at?
We're at 44:50.
All right, we got all of them within a 5-minute period.
We have them pretty well back-to-back.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, you look at it. I talk with Wellborn about this all the time, the third member of our Token Triangle friend group. It's just you go out and meet these women, and you go do them once or twice, and it's nice. But it's like some of these people in the comedy scene, some of the women in the comedy scene. Not a ton of them are bangable. A few are, but it's like first of all, anybody who's doing stand-up comedy, especially a woman, is just going to talk about anything that happens. So it's absolutely not worth it because none of them are that bad. None of them are like bad, except for one who came to this country in a box floating in the ocean with a hole cut out of it. And she's stealing all my tax dollars right now as Putin runs her over with a tank. But
I really believe that there was a less than 0% chance that she will hear this. So I'm going to leave it in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Does she understand English?
I don't know.
I doubt it. Probably doesn't. Her eardrums are busted out from all the tanks, and by tanks I mean, I'm in Bermuda this week. They're cutting down trees to build more resorts. Oh, look at me now. I'm in Miami. Oh, I'm in L.A. Oh, I'm in what? How do you afford to do that? You must suck a good cock and have a pretty face, you dumb bitch, because you're certainly not a brainiac, piece of shit. Fuck her. Fuck her stupid tax stealing country too.
Sarah Craig, if you heard that, I'm very sorry. Sarah Craig, I'm very sorry he said that about you.
I love Tracy Chapman. That's actually who that was at. Give it up for Sarah Craig, one of the best future guests on this show.
But yeah, I forgot what I was saying now. I forgot what I was...
We were talking about women. You don't care. You're aloof.
Oh, yeah, it's... Again, I don't want to talk to them.
Luke, think about this. And this ties in everything. The Biden economy plays a role in this. Imagine if you want to take a girl you care about on like a nice date, because that's first of all, if you're taking a girl out on the date and the guy should pay. If the guy doesn't pay,
right.
It's a horrible omen for I'm not saying he should pay every time.
The one date I went on the past 4 years was we went half fees.
That's a bad omen.
Well, she was just as tall and fatter than me. And she was nice, but then she was like...
Well, she better be with,
with those stats, right?
Yeah. Who else is she going to be, Michael Orr?
No, but there are some mean fat women out there. It makes no sense. So anytime we go
I'll tell you, the world's rejected them, so they want to reject the world before...
But that's when I get my most surly. If I'm out at a bar, I got a club thing, and I'm drunk, and I'm like walking. Like one time I was like it was, of course, it's the three hot girls and the fat pig with them.
Yeah.
And they're like, all the girls were like, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, excuse me. And I was like walking, and this one girl like fucking brushed my shoulder, goes, watch out, like yells at me. I'm like, fuck. And I literally said, fuck you, you fat cow.
Good. Well, let me tell you something. Here's the key.
What are they going to do? She's going to beat me? I'll punch her in the fucking face and get arrested. I don't care. I really don't mind. If I get hit first, I'm going to hit back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You saw what I was going to do to the hobo. I was literally boiling water on the thing to throw at him when he was asleep out there. And I would have been within my right to do it.
Yeah.
But here's the key with these women. You go out and there's 4 women at a bar, right? Let's say in the friend group there's a 9, a 7, a 6.5, and a 4. Hit on the 7 in front of the 9. You get, because there's nothing wrong with banging 7s. You bang the 7, and then the 9 gets jealous, and maybe you fuck the 9 one day too. But
really, I didn't even think about that.
Because if you do that with the 7, then the 6.5 is going to get jealous and want to prove that her bad nose, she can make up for it with licking balls or something. And then you have, dude, I feel like fucking Foster, dude.
That's always good though.
What are you talking about, dude? I'm fucking fine. And then the 4 will start doing open mic comedy.
That's what all it is.
And get on his show. Here we are at Punchline tonight. We have women who happen to be funny. And then we have midgets who happen to be 6'2". Women who happen to be funny. Well, you wouldn't have to say who happen to be funny.
You think of a progressive show like that, you wouldn't say just.
You know what you call a comedy show with 5 men? A comedy show.
Yeah, really.
Stupid women. Women always feel like they have to prove themselves, and it's like, that's because you do. But the reason you do is because you keep acting like you do. If you just act normal and, of course, fit into traditional gender roles, then there won't be anything to fuck around about it. Do you remember the 50s? Do you remember when you whores were housewives and whacked out on speed?
Hold the mic to like your. Like
How
this.
far away was I?
You were probably. I mean, it's a little. It's not that big of a deal. I shouldn't have.
Have I been doing
you.
that all episode?
No, you haven't.
All right.
I shouldn't have interrupted.
Don't you whores remember the 1950s when you were all whacked out on speed? When you just stayed in line, you didn't do anything. You cooked a meal, you spit out the kids, and a guy was able to graduate high school, get a factory job, buy a house, and raise a fucking family. And now you look at this world. You look at there's OnlyFans. You've got whores out there shaking their asses, showing their asshole, spreading it apart. Yo, dude, I fucked them, dude. That's what I fucking fucked them, dude. You fucking hateable half. He's fucking my fucking woman, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm Brian Finnell. I fucking suck, dude. These fucking whores are out there, fucking morons, and they're making all this money doing that, and they wonder why they have no respect for themselves, or they wonder why their mental health is in the shitter. I know this one pig who used to be a stripper, OnlyFans girl, wasn't that hot. Actually, really got less and less hot. She ended up looking like a fucking drugged out bitch at the end, like Requiem for a Dream.
Wow, the OnlyFans girl didn't look hot. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I know. Well, she did to her father, but this girl was she's posting all the time now. She was a stripper, and whenever anybody would give her shit about it, she'd be like, "People telling me not to live my best life. I'm doing." And she had a kid, interracial. I don't think the father's in the picture, if you can believe that. That's what you get when you have sex with the Chinese.
And she's white?
Yeah. No, it was a black man. But now she posts on happy.
But she's white.
Yeah. Happy Chris. I know the holiday season can be tough, especially for those who've gotten sober like me. So it's like, oh, so you admit that the whole time you were doing this shit, you were acting like a fucking moron, yet you reamed everybody out for telling you. Maybe some of the people who tried to tell you that having a kid with someone that doesn't care about you and being a stripper is going to send your life down a goddamn bad path. And it's not that I give a shit about this clown. It's the arrogance, because this person walks around like she's bigger than everybody, and she's not even really hot. She's got a decent. She would be the 6.
She's
got the cheeks though.
It's a facade. She's lying to herself.
Yeah, I'd like to slam her head into the facade of a building. Knock some sense into her. That's what her father should have done instead of raping her.
There was a post I saw on Facebook Messenger of a guy selling a car, and it was like a $5,000 car he was selling, and a woman sends him a message. Goes,
was it Roger?
What's that? No.
I'm downgrading to a 2-seater. I don't need all this room anymore.
He goes. The woman goes, "Is this car still available?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she sends a message, "Would you mind donating this to a homeless woman with 7 children?" And he goes, "Donate you a car? I'll send you some condoms and advice, but I'm not going to send you a car."
Good. Why? What would a 7 kids do in a car?
How the fuck are you homeless with 7 kids? How after the second kid, you're like, all right, I got to get my shit together. I got to stop having sex.
Well, the amount of money you should be able to get from the government for having those kids.
Astronomical.
It should be enough to pay rent somewhere.
Well, you shouldn't get any money for being that stupid.
No. But listen, we got a stupid guy. I'd rather it go to that than go to Ukraine. Our money goes to you, and then Israel, because one thing Jews need is more money.
Yeah,
especially the elite. Netanyahu's rolling around in the tax dollars of some factory worker who works the 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. shift for $18 an hour, packing up Chewy boxes and giving them to dogs. The dogs eat better than these poor fucking people.
18 hours. Is he the general manager of the Chewy factory?
Yeah, these fucking. Listen, Northeast Pennsylvania, where I grew up. they talk about all the jobs they bring to this area. The jobs are factory jobs. You look at the listings for them. It'll say like 6 p.m. to 4 a.m., Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they'll say, like, as if these are great manufacturing jobs. You work there until your fingers crack, and you're getting nothing. They have such high turnover that they want you to quit before the 90 days are up, so you don't have to get the health care. And they just have workers that they don't have to give a shit about working, that they don't have to give benefits to or pay for, because there's always going to be people going in for these jobs because there's nothing fucking else. We're in a fucking bleak economy. Our resources are being used up, and Trump needs to come back and save us, which he will.
I think this area is a lot. I don't know. Do you think it's worse than Northeast Philly? Northeast, where you grew up?
Philly,
No,
yes.
I meant like this.
Norristown, far better.
Okay.
Norristown's far better because in Wilkes-Barre, all the county commissioners were corrupt. Like 15 years ago, judges and all the local politicians went down for corruption. Huge scandal, separate scandals. Taking handouts, putting kids in juvie for smoking. There were kids who were caught smoking a cigarette at school and got put in juvie until they were 21.
Oh my God.
Seriously, and the judges got paid for it. The judges only got a couple grand per kid from these for-profit prisons. So you're telling me you're going to ruin a whole kid's life for a few grand? And now the place overrun with heroin. Who would have thought imprisoning people when they're teenagers, they become 30-year-old heroin addicts working in a place with no hope, with cracked roads, with terrible living conditions. It's a miserable place. Everybody's a drunk. Everybody's fat.
Yeah.
Especially the women.
Of
the
course.
women there are disgusting.
Of course.
The women there are just fat and disgusting. It's worse than open mic comedy. It is, because
Women
at least open mic comedy, you get the occasional hot bleep that. You
didn't say it? You didn't say
No,
it?
I said I can't be saying that.
Jesus. 54-45. What
Yeah.
are we doing, Otis?
The occasional hot. Here, I'll start over. At least here you get the occasional hot lunatic who can just, shake her ass. Her uncle got her the right way in the mouth. But those women there are just binge eaters. They eat moon pies. They stuff their fat faces. They type away.
Listen,
do you know
I
how many
binged.
dumb women I know there who said, if Trump wins the election, I'm moving to Canada? And it's like, you're a barista, you whore. You're nothing. Trump doesn't give a shit about you. Trump is not going to oppress you. He doesn't care about you. You're nothing to him.
I'll never forget the day he won the election. I'll never forget that.
Which one?
The first one.
Oh.
I was sleeping. I don't know why I stayed at my grandmother's
Hmm.
to
have a prayer vigil for
I was
him.
watching until like 2:00 in the morning, and he won Pennsylvania. I'm like, he won Pennsylvania. He's gonna
Goddamn
win
right
the
he
fucking
did.
election. I went to bed. I woke up. I remember I woke up. First thing I did was check my phone. And it said Donald Trump is the president of the United States. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I got up. I got ready as fast as I could. I went. I drove to school. I got there an hour. I always used to get there 50 minutes late. I got there an hour early. And we were just like, we can't believe it. And all the girls were crying.
Good.
And I was at the
How many of them have OnlyFans now?
probably all of them.
Whores.
And I was sitting
Whores.
with my buddies. Rich actually owns a cigar store now. It's pretty cool. But I was talking to him, and we're like, all the girls were crying. And I'm like, and I just go, we fucking did it. We did it. Trump's the president. And it was awesome.
That's great. That's
When he won the second time, I was like, that was awesome. But of course, then the screw job.
Don't worry,
happens.
next year.
No, they're gonna screw him again.
Yeah, I know. COVID will come back. There'll be.
It's like watching Damian Sando trying to cash in on Cena. Like, all right, I hope he wins, but he's not going to.
I don't think I've ever had an experience with a Jewish woman that I've enjoyed. Or I have enjoyed it, but it's been undone. Like, I don't think there's, like, if I could go back and erase every Jewish woman from my life that I've ever met, I think I'd do it.
I would lose both my therapists. That's so I can't do that.
I would love, like, I just think back at some of these Jewish women I've been around and how they've just fucking ruined me. By that I mean by just making it rain, by making it snow, by making it icy.
I wish I was Jewish because when I was a kid, because
you'd be ruling the world.
No. I wish I was Jewish because when we had football practice, I would always make it rain so I wouldn't want to go to practice. I think that comes up again. They always talk about the women. I always talk about the women's situation with my therapist, and both times I've talked to these old Jewish women. I said, "Listen,
Dr. Melfi situation."
I wish it was Dr. Melfi. I'd be going to therapy every day.
Lorraine Bracco. I'm Big Pussy.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Bracco. I played Big Pussy. That was hilarious.
You know who goes to jail, Karen? Lukey Stick-Up Man. That's it.
But I was talking to them, and I said, I just don't really have any. I don't really care about women. I don't care about trying to go out or anything like that. And they go, well, I mean, what, are you not comfortable around them? Like you get
no, none of us are. None of us like them. That's why.
I'm like, oh my god, really? Because both times you go, well, you're fine talking to women. You're talking to me, fine. I'm like, yeah, because you're a 70-year-old Jew. There's no fucking, there's no sexual tension.
You're
between
less than
us.
a man to me.
No. Well, all women are less than men to me.
Yeah, I agree.
The thing that bothers me, it's always when I see with the family, like, oh, you with the girl? You giving me any women yet? It's like, no. And if I met a woman, I would never bring them around you.
Yeah, I did meet a woman. I turned her into a little whore for me. She's my slut. What do you think of that, Granny?
Yeah, it's like I don't want to. But I would never want to bring a girl around my family.
I've never gone out with a girl whose father wasn't a racist or a drunk.
Really?
Come on.
How many have you been with besides the one? Like the one, I mean,
You mean serious relationships?
Yeah.
A few, but I mean, I'm talking anything.
Oh.
They all have terrible fathers. They all say, you remind me of my dad. Or I'll say, here's a good one. I said, some girl once had a vape. And I said, she said, you want to go out and vape? We were at a bar. And I said, well, I have some cigs. I'll go out and have one of them. You want one? She goes, no, I don't like cigarettes. And I said, why? Do you have an ex who liked them? And she goes, well, no, my dad. And I said, oh.
My dad's a big smoker.
Well, then that's why you like me. That's why we live together, honey.
You didn't smoke when I met you.
No, I the occasional cig.
That's what I do, the occasional cig.
They've mostly been given to me by Dunbar. I don't buy them really.
No.
Or I'll buy them and a pack will last me 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have that's why I OPs other people's.
I only like them at concerts.
Shout out to Michael Mack. He's been quit smoking for like almost a year.
We love Michael Mack. Not almost a year. 6 months.
That's almost a year.
We each got 6 months. Yeah, Michael Mack. He's a great guy, great artist. He recently made me a logo that I'm gonna be. Do you know how to scan that into the computer?
I have no idea. I always wondered how they did that.
We're gonna find a way.
I'll look it up.
It's awesome. I'll show it eventually, but a logo for me to use for comedy, which is pretty cool. It combines my heritage and my interests, which is what, in the identity politics era, rather. I'm so excited I could barely say it. That's all that matters other than Black lives, your heritage and your interests. Like Jewish heritage and interests can come together in blowing the Gaza Strip to smithereens. People say, the same woke people who say you can't compare Philly to a third world country. And it's like, first of all, I don't understand where the bad is, because you're not insulting third world countries. You're saying that Philly is so bad.
It is horrible.
Yeah, but then they'll say it's just like the Gaza Strip's fucking said that. She's like, it's just like the Gaza Strip. I'm serious.
When did she say that?
She said that in an act. She said that the Gaza Strip looks like North Philly. But if you were to go around when Trump said shithole countries, well, what do you think the Gaza Strip is? A place with no power, a place where people are dying. It's a shithole because it's been turned into a shithole by an oppressive regime. So it's a third world place right now. That's a third world place. There are no resources there. So you compare it to that, and then but she was the one who said that. What'd she say? Do you stick chicken bones in your rectum? Didn't she ask you that? Do you clean your teeth?
Yeah.
She said that to you. She said, "Do you clean your teeth with chicken bones?"
Yes, Betty, I do clean my teeth with chicken's bones.
And then she said, "Do you ever stick them in your ass?" That's what she said to you about a black person.
A black person.
Yeah. Well, could you imagine if I asked her about clipping a coupon, what she'd say?
You'd be a post on the Philly Comedy Network.
I hope so. Very brave though. I actually like.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't like her at all. After that comment, of course, that she's racist. Anyway,
yeah.
But actually,
that's why I like her.
She's friends with Manny Brown. She's not racist.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
you mean what's his name on Twitter? Manny Hamburger Jackson or something?
That's Manny Muskets. That's Manny Muskets.
Who commented that?
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't Manny Brown.
That's Manny Muskets.
Oh, I thought that was Manny Brown. Luke had a post where he talked about wiggers at Villanova basketball games, and then my life.
All right, let's cut it off there.
All right.
We reached an hour. I guess we can wrap it up.
All right.
So here's the thing, guys.
Kwanzaa is this Wednesday, and you should come.
Go on our Instagram. Okay, it's at Sick Ghouls Podcast on Instagram. TikTok. It is. I'm sorry, it's going to be a long little outro here. Sick Ghouls Podcast on Instagram. Now, there's been a lot of debate about the Patreon. I realized, one, that I fucked up. I wasn't putting it in the comments. That will change. But if you look up Sick Ghouls Podcast on Patreon, that's where you will find us. Thank you to our supporters again. And also, we will be having a new tier on the Patreon. For $10 a month, you will get the Seinfeld watch-along episodes. We will be starting that next week. Next week,
fun.
We will have the Seinfeld watch-along. And we will also have a guest next week, Brandon Dunbar.
Y'all dead.
So don't watch next week because he's a hack.
Yeah,
But
that'll be probably our lowest rated episode. Y'all, dude, you pussies are nothing, dude.
yeah, I'm not doing fucking video, dude. I'm a fucking audio guy. But yes, so follow us at Sick Ghouls Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. YouTube, obviously, Sick Ghouls. And then Patreon is also Sick Ghouls Podcast.
Yep. And let us know also what other guests you'd like to see on the show in the future. Any comics, anybody who's not. I'm open to having non-comics on. I'd have engineers. I'd have architects and talk about 9/11.
Of course.
Fuck. I was just thinking about it.
Well, this is probably the most censored episode we'll have.
We're not censoring that. He's a little bitch.
We are censoring that.
He's a little heroin addict bitch. But I just said it to say it. I don't know why. He can take it. He's about 115 pounds
all right, we're
right
done.
now.
Thank you.